I'm Todd Grisham, and not a bad day for a fight. We are live at the Empire Fight Camp. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Introducing first, it's Riddick Big Daddy Bowe. 6'5". Riddick Big Daddy Bowe. Despite being 6'5" tall, one of the best inside fighting heavyweights there's ever been. He is Smokin' Joe Frazier, Philadelphia's finest in the heavyweight division. There's no one quite like Smokin'.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Brooklyn, New York, here is the Olympic silver medalist and the two-time unified heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Big Daddy Riddick Bowe. Fighting out of the blue corner, the Olympic gold medalist from Beaufort, South Carolina, the Hall of Famer from the Golden Era.
A lot of pre-match drama, and they will settle their score. Frazier's been in so many hellacious battles over the years. The trilogy with Muhammad Ali, his fights against George Foreman. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Whoa, wait a minute. What a shot.
Oh, I heard that, never by saw it.
And they're down. It looks like this one's going to be over.
Oh, he's down. Is he going to raise like the Undertaker? 3, 4.
He's back on his feet, but his opponent is licking his chops right now.
Hard, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up from the stool again? That was a shot.
Catch and shoot. Looks like he's leading halfway through this round. What a punch.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or it's a bit of a mousetrap.
This slugger isn't interested in winning rounds. He just wants to win the fight. And he's not going to do it on the scorecard, Johnny. He needs a KO.
Tactics out of the window. These guys just want to brawl.
Just missed with that hook. Total domination with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Bowe in that last round. He's been knocked down, but at least not knocked out yet.
You've been put down, you've got to think right, survive, and then give it back the next round.
And here comes the legend Joe Frazier, Hall of Famer, all-time great. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. When you're training to fight a swarmer, you gotta focus on your conditioning because they will push you to the edge of your limits.
Swarmers, you can go back in boxing history. When you've seen them, when you've seen the best swarmers going, you understand how hard it is. It looks exciting from the outside in. Can you imagine being right in there?
Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
They threw the hook, it didn't land. Only catching air with that hook. There's a counter shot. So much firepower here. This could be the end.
One, two, three, four.
Let's talk about Bowe in that last round. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge.
I love the response though, got back up.
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
They call it the glory division. There's nothing quite like a heavyweight fight. It doesn't take much to win it. He threw a punch and just got countered. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. And he scores with the counter. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round. That hook was off target.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
It's always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
That counter shot lands. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You don't want to stand and trade. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Bowe in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Time winding down as we get set to jump back in the action. They ring the bell, and here we go. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Nice punch. Beautiful counter shot. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
This is why I love the little guys. This is exactly why I love them. Look at them, toe to toe, heart for heart. You know, mano a mano, they're letting the shots go.
Nice slip to avoid the jab. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift. Lucky that hook didn't score.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
That counter shot lands. Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
Oh my goodness, so that little Yorkshire Terriers, they're never going to give up.
Touching him up again. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Beautiful counter shot. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Bowe in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Frazier's been in so many hellacious battles over the years. The trilogy with Muhammad Ali, his fights against George Foreman, a true legend. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? They exchange punches. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
Todd, we know one of these fighters can knock you out with a simple jab. They're that powerful.
This has been a very competitive round between these two. Big hooks upstairs.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, two punches better. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice counter shot. Nobody home with that hook. Frazier being much more selective with his punches. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Bowe in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
And there's the bell to start the round. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And he scores with the counter. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
It's bombs away. Throws the uppercut but misses. Can they figure out the combination to this sink?
Perfectly matched. skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Not a lot of defense here at all. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. No rest for the weary. What a world championship fight we're seeing, ladies and gentlemen. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Bowe in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
Facing Joe Frazier, who won gold at the '64 Olympic Games. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Well, Johnny, we're a couple rounds in. What are you seeing so far?
Remember, with the lighter weights, you're expecting at least 300 shots a round. They can let these shots go. They can move. They're fast. They're sharp. It's a hard night work for the referee.
Good one. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. They exchange punches. Both of these fighters have had their moments. It's all offense all the time.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
This is the kind of fight you expect from two world-class elite middleweights. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Bowe in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
And here comes the legend Joe Frazier, Hall of Famer, all-time great. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool, then get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Well done with that counter shot. That jab doesn't find a home. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Both men step back for just a moment. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments. In this division, both fighters will constantly be on their toes trying to punch and counterpunch.
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
You'd like to see more jabs. That hook won't score. Gotta let your hands go. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Bowe in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell. Frazier's been in so many hellacious battles over the years. The trilogy with Muhammad Ali, his fights against George Foreman. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork.
You've got a couple of big units here, so I'm expecting power. You're going to have excitement. You're going to have drums, because when these guys slow down, that's when the punches are going to land.
The jab doesn't quite connect. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be?
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It could all come down to who's in better shape. Stumbling around on Bambi legs.
Bambi legs. One, two, three, four.
As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Let's talk about Bowe in that last round. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be. Frazier's been in so many hellacious battles over the years. The trilogy with Muhammad Ali, his fights against George Foreman, a true legend. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff it.
Good counter punch. Just with that jab. It doesn't always pay to be first. It pays to be last. That uppercut just missed. Well, Johnny, it's still early on, but what do you think about what we're seeing so far?
Guys that carry so much power, of course they're going to look for that knockout, because it makes a night a little bit shorter. You don't get paid any extra for overtime.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That right hook not connecting. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Just missed with that hook. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Let's talk about Bowe in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they ring the bell, and here we go. The Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Well, Johnny, I know it's still early on, but have you been surprised by anything you've seen?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
Both men step back for just a moment. And that hook misses. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Oh my goodness, what pace, what pace. They're like, do you know what a Yorkshire Terrier is, Todd? They're like little Yorkshire Terriers.
You know this. And that will do it. This fight is over. They have given up. So they will throw in the towel. The corner has stopped it. They won't be happy about that, but c'est la vie.
They don't like that. Listen to that. Oh, listen to that. When he gets back to the gym, his team is going to give him hellfire. This is what you work on as a fighter.